There we go.
Damien Lane for Danny O'Brien, but gee, he was impressive winning it to Flemington last start, taking out the Roy Higgins. A great run there over 2,600 metres. He was strong through the line and beating home De Beer, and looks very, very hard to beat here once again. As he steps up to the 2 miles for the first time, as many are doing. Number 3, De Beer, who he beat home that day. They've been in great form winning at the Valley prior to that, over the 2,500 metres in the Tawny Night Cup before he finished second at King of Leaguerance last start. Home by midnight. Now, he's one that does have form over 3,200 metres. He was second in an Auckland Cup. He's had about 11 runs now in Australia. And it took him all that time to break his duck here and win a race in Oz, but now that he's done that, he might be able to go on with it, and that 3,200 metre form really stands out here. Home by midnight, Patrick Payne's got him ticking along beautifully. Billy Egan, who went down to Launceston to win that Launceston Cup, I was down there for that. He won it. He had it won at the turn, won it easy that day. So he's $8 out to $10 home by midnight to go on with it. And Naval Warfare, as I mentioned, there's some money for it as well. It's been 15 to 11. Dark Alley 7 out to 10. They're the main ones for the Tab Adelaide Cup. It comes up next on the Sky, but now off to Bathurst for the 4th.
Away, second line coming in. Favourite in the 8, she's a gem. Support for the 1 in the 8, both the kennel mates. Set. Racing, coming on a pretty good line on the inside, Tornado Time leads them as they go to the straight the first time. Blazing as he getting up behind it, goes to second, checked off its heels and come out and hit Evil Deed. And in turn it hit She's a Gem is second last, and the last one was Kansara Blue. Down the back, Tornado Time in front, Blazing as he's sitting second. On the inside was Hey Arthur, they're well clear of the rest, headed by Evil Deed. She's a Gem at the tail. On the corner, that Tornado Time doing it nicely, Blazing as he can do no better, and Tornado Time come away. Second place. Maybe Hey Arthur on the line or Blazing as he...
To the winner.
Number 4.
A photo for second, third and fourth Tornado Time at the winner. The Tab Adelaide Cup, we're not too far off getting underway. The 3,200 metre feature. This race dates back to 1864 as a race steeped in history. Surprise baby. The winner of last year's race went on to sort of go close in much stronger staying company, and a race that's seen some of the stars of the turf succeed here. Hyperno, the winner back in 78, Rain Lover in 68, Sub-Zero, the cult following that he's certainly achieved since his Melbourne Cup win. He won it in 1992, and Lord Reeves, perhaps the most successful of them all, who was successful for 3 straight years in the late 80s, and Just a Dash won it as well in 1981 before his Melbourne Cup success. Here in this year's edition, number 4 King of Leaguerance to go around as the very well supported favourite. As we said, opened 240 into 225. Did touch 220 off that strong Flemington win last start. Drawn 14. De Beer, the horse he beat home that day for Chris Waller, John McNeil at $7. Home by midnight's continued to attract some support, although it's just touching $10 now. It did open at 8. And Naval Warfare 15 to 10 has had some support as well, coming off 3 straight placings. The latest of those in that race that King of Leaguerance was able to win last start in the Roy Higgins. So the top 3 place getters of that race coming through to the Tab Adelaide Cup here over 3,200 metres. Having a look at the South Australian official prices, and we find that it's been King of Leaguerance 245, touch 250, now into 220. Of the others, number 1 home by midnight, 850 to 11. De Beer rock solid 650. Down to Naval Warfare 12 into 950, and then further down to Yulong Rising 13 to 15. Heart of Grace 17 to 21. Dark Alley 850 to 10, the other one worthy of mention. A feature event this afternoon, the Group 2 Tab Adelaide Cup, as we join Brett Davis.
From France. Didn't do a great deal in his first prep of racing here in Australia, but he's really come to hand well this time in with a second and a win last start in the Roy Higgins quality at Flemington. He looks a real cup horse. He's got a terrific turn of acceleration. Whether he's just a handicapper or potentially a weight-for-age horse, we'll have to wait and see. The barrier draw certainly may test him a little bit today. Barrier number 15. It's not the kindest draw, but the race is a long way, and no doubt, as is often said by trainer and jockey, the key is getting your horse to settle in these long-staying races. De Beer, another import. He's now into $6.50 from $7. The former Irish galloper. Game in defeat last start, but he was just beaten by the superior turn of acceleration from King of Leaguerance. Home by midnight, the Launceston Cup winner 10 out to 11. And Dark Alley, can Paul Prushka do it again? Surprise baby last year, Dark Alley at $10. Moving in well for the Tab Adelaide Cup, the 150th running. Only half a dozen to load in. Good idea. Yulong Rising. Night Star to come forward with Alienated. Naval Warfare. Favourite King of Lear Grants is still out behind the gates. Kayla Crowther rides Epidemont, one of two ladies riding in the race. Georgina Cartwright rides Alienated. And we're getting close to a start. 3,200 metres. The 150th edition of the Tab Adelaide Cup. King of Lear Grants is favourite. The light is flashing. Stand by. Racing in the cup. Slow to get going was Rock On. Clearly last of all. He's 4 lengths behind them early on. Epidemont jumped nicely nearer the inside. Yulong Rising, so too Naval Warfare pressing forward. De Beers also on the hunt in the early picture, so too Home by Midnight. King of Lear Grants at the moment, he's settling back, he's 4 or 5 deep, he's going to look for cover here, Lane, as the field makes their way to the home corner. And the straight for the first time in the TAB, the Tab Adelaide Cup, the 150th running, and it's the Launceston Cup winner at his last start. Home by Midnight, who shows the way into the straight. Alienated is moving up into second. Naval Warfare, Yulong Rising, Epidemont's down on the rail. Between horses is De Beer. Good Ideas 3 and 4 wide, followed then by Dark Alley, who's wedged between horses midfield. They are then trailed by Heart of Grace on the outside of Turfman, shooting the mob 4th last. The favourite in the cup, King of Lear Grants, is 3rd last, but he's got cover 3 wide, followed by Night Star and Rock On last of all. Heading towards the side of the course and towards the 2,000 metres, and Alienated has now rolled on and takes the lead from Good Idea. De Beers on the move around them. He wants the spot outside of the leader. Home by Midnight was happy to take a sit in. 2 lengths further back, Naval Warfare, a half then. Yulong Rising. Then a length 2 on the outside, Dark Alley, who's covering Epidemont, and then outside of them was Heart of Grace. She's 3 deep, she's worse than midfield. 2 further back then to King of Lear Grants, who's settling well back in the field. He's covering up down on the rail, shooting the mob. And then Night Star and Rock On, one of the last, with Turfman just ahead of them. They've gone past the halfway in the Tab Adelaide Cup. And the leader is Alienated. Georgina Cartwright by 2 lengths. De Beers moved to second. 3rd place, Home by Midnight. Then a length away to Good Idea. Followed by Yulong Rising. Naval Warfare making a move, so is Rock On wider out. Then Heart of Grace, followed then by King of Lear Grants, who's still back in the last half a dozen, with Dark Alley and Epidemont's been shuffled right back. Night Star, Turfman and shooting the mob last of all. Alienated runs down the side, heads towards the 1,000. 3/4 on De Beer, who's stalking. Rock On's gone up 3rd now. Home by Midnight's had a lovely run in the race, followed by Good Idea. Then wider out on the track is Heart of Grace. King of Lear Grants is still in a 3 wide position. He's yet to pull the stick. Followed then down on the rail by Yulong Rising. Getting between them, Naval Warfare. Night Star, Epidemont's well back with Dark Alley shooting the mob, and Turfman's last of all. De Beers run to the front in the cup. He's sped to the lead, coming to the 500 metres. Good Idea, Heart of Grace. Rock On's under pressure. Home by Midnight. King of Lear Grants wider out. He's coasting up.
It's done nothing.
By Dark Alley.
Is that any good? This should shit him.
The Beer cornered in front from Good Idea, who raced to him. King of Lear Grants, he's absolutely bolting.
Come on.
300 metres, King of Lear Grants.
Come on.
Yeah, this is over.
King of Lear Grants, race clear. Good Idea, De Beer. Then further back to out wide, shooting the mob, and they were followed by Dark Alley. But the King will be crowned. It's King of Lear Grants. What a win. He races away to win.
Oh, that's not coming. Fucking hell.
Number 4.
Fucking hell, cunt. It's a number 5 starting coming in 2nd place.
And then Night Star.
Fucking hell. Oh.
Further back, Epidemont, Yulong Rising. Then Naval Warfare. Home by Midnight, Rock On, and Alienated is last in the cup.
Well, it's
Yeah.
an arrogant win. The
Well, that was
King of
good. Number
Leverance has he
4.
bolted in there in the Tab Adelaide Cup. A tremendous ride, patient ride from Damien Lane. He was happy
Oh.
to sit 3 deep with cover towards the back of the pack, but when he unleashed, he
Oh, what a
showed
race.
foot in his 5-year-old son of Camelot out of Amaret. But Danny O'Brien, Damien Lane gets a pair of them a double for the day, and more importantly, a stayer of ultimate quality here, King of Legrance. We know he can get 3,200 metres. I tell you what. From a Melbourne Cup point of view, that was a very nice trial for that race, wasn't it? King of Legrance has absolutely brained them there in the Tab Adelaide Cup. A tremendous victory, well supported into 2:30. Good ideas run out of his skin for second. Shooting the Mob's flown home late, and 15 will get the 4th placing there in a nice effort from Dark Alley. 4, 10, 5 and 15. King of Legrance, the 5-year-old makes it back-to-back wins after his win in the Roy Higgins and 5 wins from 12 starts. Now he's still only a very lightly raced stayer. Lots of upside to him and improvement to come, you'd think. And look out for him a little later on in 2020. Colsaba race 6, we're about to get Santa Claus 2. It's over 12
I've got another 10 minutes. The next race, what's that?
Number 5, the favourite. And tip from Priscilla, she's gone 5.
What else have we got?
That was a good race, wasn't it?
No?
That was a good race, wasn't it? It was quite slow at the start, but then he came out like a train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good rider.
Yeah.
Good horse and a good rider.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice little win. Very good.
Yeah. That's good.
Hey, Arthur.
Oh, yeah.
Arthur, that's my second name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Arthur. Yeah, I'm an Arthur. Uncle Darren, he's a Les.
Oh.
Leslie. Les. Yeah, I'm Arthur and he's Les.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, what if a win?
it's a family name.
Yeah.
Arthur and Les. Yeah, that's a good win actually.
Yeah, that was intense right at the end. Bloody hell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was already in front, number 7. Oh, no, wait. Oh, never mind.
Oh, I got nothing in this. See, I didn't get Coffs Harbour Fields. This is fucking advertiser. This is the problem. Run by a bunch of bloody idiots. Didn't get 2 meetings today. So you can't, no bets. You don't bet them. If you don't get the race fields, you don't bet them.
Yeah.
And if they're not presented properly, we don't bet either.
Well, Emerald as well is coming up as well. Race number 4 or something. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't have the form guide in there.
Oh, they're useless. They're useless. Anyway, you can still win without them. Yeah.
It's better to know the form and all that.
Well, you got to have the form,
Yeah.
otherwise you don't bet.
Yeah.
But watch this next race and we're going to have a drink. Oh, what's the other one after that? That's a 4:30, 4:45. Oh, I'll wait and see. Oh, that's the Canberra Cup. Oh, watch that. So the next one's Ballarat. There's there 9 minutes.
Oh look, it's Bathurst again. Bathurst.
Oh, the dogs. No, they'll bet the dogs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, what a race that was, me.
Yeah.
Adelaide Cup. This was number 4, yeah, it looked like it was kind of slow, but he must have waited till the end.
See, everyone picked it too. 3 times. What won that race? Over explanation. Won that race. Yeah, there's only what 2 more races in Adelaide. 2 more there. And 2 here.
Yeah. Oh, here you go.
Oh, the dogs.
The dog.
Uh,
Yeah.
See the trailers in the background?
Oh, yeah.
That's where they put the dogs in when they transport them.
Oh, yeah.
Throw them in the dog trailer.
Oh, that car there. Pretty cool.
That Cornell, trifecta. This could nearly be washed. It's pretty dirty, isn't it? Yeah, it needs glue before it falls to bits.
Yeah. And wife, I don't think yours will be happy.
Yeah,
Oh, fall apart.
I'll do it soon.
Yeah. Well, we can probably get Super Boy on Wednesday.
Hey?
We can probably get Super Boy on Wednesday.
I've got some here,
Oh,
but I'll
okay.
get some more.
Yeah.
It was handy to have that. Super glue, I better write that down. Super glue.
Oh, look, number 4 got the win. Yeah. Hey?
Yeah.
Emerald. Emerald.
Emerald, yeah, that's in Queensland.
Yeah. You didn't get the form guide for that.
Nah,
Oh.
so we don't look at it. So there's 2 horses in that race. Probably number 3.
Oh, the duck.
It's pretty dry there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the one at the back, can't even keep up to him.
Ah.
Jesus. Right, we're on number 5 here.
Oh.
Bloody favourite. This is running late. It must be. Oh no, it's just a bit. It's a couple of minutes late.
You want to unmute it?
Eh?
You want to unmute it?
Say what?
You got to unmute it. Take it off mute. Can't even hear it.
Oh, right. No. Oh, this race, yeah.
Make mine Hennessy, and he's a fox to come in. Laughing Joe's just moved up, so just a couple more to get ready over there at the 1400. This is race 7, the Sportsbet Elite Average Games Class 1. Starters on the stand. Red Rossini is the clear favourite. All set. Ready to jump. Starter holding them. Let's make mine Hennessy might not be quite settled in the gates there. Now they're right, they're off. Kyber walked out and missed it 2 or 3 lengths. Red Rossini, one of the first to show out. With All Too Terrific and Make Mine Hennessy. Rutkowski's going to settle down in 4th position, just ahead of Power of Many. Laughing Joe was next, and then He's a Fox. And back towards the tail end, we've got Vianetta and Kuiper still 2 lengths away. But the favourites in front. Red Rossini as they move off the back at the 950, out by a half length on All Too Terrific. 1.5 away third is Make Mine Hennessy. 4th the inside Rutkowski. Then Power of Many. Followed next on the fence by Vianetta. A length Laughing Joe. 2 away to He's a Fox, and 3 back to Kuiper, who is a clear last as they head down the side. 700 to go. Red Rossini for Yenda well in control of things at the moment, led by 3/4 on All Too Terrific. Rutkowski through to third, just ahead of Make Mine Hennessy. Then Power of Many and Vianetta, 2 away to Laughing Joe. He's a Fox, and a struggling Kyber is last as they head around the home turn. So a few of these jockeys keen to get about 5 or 6 off the fence at least, including Yendel on the leader. Red Rossini straightens in front, the favourite from All Too Terrific. Vianetta getting a good run through. Rutkowski on the far side. Red Rossini at the moment holds them though with 200 to go. A length All Too Terrific, Make Mine Hennessy, and then Vianetta. It's still in front, the favourite Red Rossini, but charging is Make Mine Hennessy. Red Rossini will hang on though. Narrowly wins. Red Rossini first from Make Mine Mine Hennessy. Third over the line, all too terrific, and I think Fianetta just holds on to fourth in front of
won.
These Fox Power.
Fucking hell. There! The cunt coming.
Joe, and a long last
Oh
was
my
Kyler.
God.
Placings 5, 11, 4 and
Fucking
7.
hell.
5, 11, 4 and 7.
That was tight.
Red Rossini does enough to get home, and then some good bets there. Started about even money, $1.90 in fact, right across the
Fucking
toast.
hell.
$2 UTAB, and was around that $2 $1.90 mark right throughout. And Dean Endel in the saddle, a double for him. The 4-year-old mare by Magnus out of Carbonated for Colibella, and gets the cash and does it stylishly. A nice performance from this 4-year-old mare. Plenty of upside, 2 for 2 this campaign. Make Mine Hennessy, an eye-catching run into second for Sabasam. All too terrific third, and the one that firmed late, Vianetta, could only manage 4th placing. Newcastle, race 8, preparing to score up a 1600 metre mobile pace. Cleaned out 3:30 out from 260. Has been consistent of late, 4 placings last 5 runs. Spring campaign, 420 got to 550 into 380, so some really late money for spring campaign. And also a bit of money, Love My Sister, 420 into 370. She was good at Penrith, reviewing off a long spell last start. Yeah, the main ones, 8 She's a Malteser is 16 to 9. Last bets is Film Race 8.
Out to 350 now. Number 9, Love My Sister's had good support into 370. Mobile about to send them on their way. Race 8. Green light, they're away for the better, began beautifully gate 3, and will have little trouble leading in the early part. Shadow Dealer's going up to sit second, and Always a Secret 3 wide in third at the moment, followed by Little Change and Ruato Bay on its inside. Further back then came Spring Campaign, it's trapped a little deep in the early part, and then came CC Signor with She's a Malteser, and the 2 favourite runners, Love My Sister and Cleaned Out, go back to second last and last respectively. First quarter fairly nippy, 26.8 for the better is the leader. Shadow Dealer sits second on the leader's back, and Always a Secret facing the breeze is in third spot. Ruato Bay 3 back the inside. Spring Campaign is 1 out, 1 back, and here comes CC Signor off and running as the pace went out of the race. Well back along the inside is Little Change.
You fucking got my film.
On its outside, pushing up behind those was Love My Sister, and still Cleaned Out is at the tail. Out of the straight day run, they head towards the 800 with For the Better in charge. Second quarter, 32.3. The leader is For the Better as they swing into the back straight over CC Signor. Shadow Dealer, and on the outside, fourth Always a Secret, and then came Ruato Bay, followed next by Spring Campaign, and then came Little Change. She's a Malteser being tapped along. Love My Sister still back second last, Cleaned Out is still last, both giving these leaders a fair bit of start. As they head off the back, Spring Campaign surged up 3 wide with CC Signor in the centre. For the Better's under pressure now on the inside, trying to rally back. Spring Campaign went for a gallop out 3 wide. It's gone back through the field. Trying to get out now is Shadow Dealer, then Always a Secret. She's a Malteser. Favourites both have a lot of work to do. For the Better leads up to the bend. 28-1 was the third quarter. It's For the Better over CC Signor. Shadow Dealer trying to get out. Always a Secret was next. For the Better and CC Signor. CC Signor grabs the lead. Always a Secret late. CC Signor in front. CC Signor. CC Signor wins probably over Always a Secret. For the Better, a half head away in third spot. Followed by She's a Malteser and Little Change, and then came Ruato Bay, Cleaned Out, Love My Sister, Shadow Dealer, last in after galloping Spring Campaign.
10 from either 3 or 5. CC Signor wins at big odds there, $17 for the win. 10 in the Canberra race 8 at Newcastle. After the win of King of Legrance in the Tab Adelaide Cup, he's now into equal favourite for the Sydney Cup to be run on day 2 of the championships at Royal Randwick. $8 equal favourite with Master of Wine and Shared Ambition. So 3 equal favourites there at $8. Mooga 2, incidentally, is an $11 chance in the Sydney Cup. If you want to back him, he goes around as the 190 favourite in the Canberra Cup up next. And the other horse in the commission there in the Canberra Cup, Eastender, he's $15 in the Sydney Cup. That's his main goal. So if you want to take a little insurance policy or back them ahead in the Sydney Cup, there's a couple going around at Canberra, but King of Legrance winning the Tab Adelaide Cup is the favourite for the Sydney Cup now, with Master of Wine and Shared Ambition at $8, and he's also firmed up King of Legrance, that is, to $26 for the Melbourne Cup, and he sits on the fourth line of betting there behind 3 equal favourites, including last year's winner of the Tab Adelaide Cup in Surprise Baby, coincidentally. 7th at Ballarat, they're about to load. Open race, 350 the field here, 00, heads it from the blue as we get to the Hawk.
Inside, Vern Bale in 3, box 5, Old Gill. Pyrenees Steel on 7. $4.03.50. Pyrenees Steel number 7 out to 4 even on fixed, and $3.70 now Nico Dancer. Number 2 tightening up. Moving in here at the 3.90 start. Last and walk away, there's the green light box set to go. Already race 7. Set for start. Racing, and very poorly out there would have been Old Gill out the back there with Pyrenees Steel, and showing speed 0-0 out the centre over on the inside there, lovely Gracie. They'll follow around the outside by Nico Dancer. Postum got a proud at that point, followed by KS Bell well back. Then Samasarum and Old Gill at the tail in the straight though, and 0-0 the leader going for the inside Pyrenees Steel. It's come from well back, and it's rocking it through though, and Pyrenees Steel went home too well. 0-0 second on the tail, lovely Gracie has got up and run third. Then Vern Bar followed by Nico Dancer. KS Bell in the last couple of Old Gill and Samasarum, and the race time is showing around 22.49.
7, 4, 3 and 1 should be your numbers there, or 1 and 3 at least. Pyrenees Steel at 480 takes out the 7.
It's a hard race. Number 9 it is.
Brings us to our feature at Canberra this afternoon, the Tab Canberra Cup listed race over 2,000 metres. This new 2-day carnival, Black Opal Day on the Sunday, Tab Canberra Cup Day on the Monday. It's been a terrific success. Big crowds out there, public holiday in the nation's capital. Tab number 9, Mugatu, the imported runner for Chris Lees, who's had big raps on him ever since he arrived on our shore after some great trials. Terrific form in the UK when last in work in 2018-2019. He's made it 2 for 2 in Oz with wins at Randwick and on the Kenzo track at Randwick as well. He steps up in grade significantly today, but he looks a stayer of much promise. Kieran McAvoy's aboard him. Rock solid at the $1.90 now the last couple of hours after opening today at 2:30 and firming into 1.90 late. Just take note of dead heat there at Newcastle for 4th, 10.36, dead heat 5 and 8 for 4th. So Mugatu, rock solid also on the NOP. Eastender, this is the horse that during the summer of last year won 3 successive cups, the Devonport, Hobart and Launceston Cups, before he was tipped out after heading over to Adelaide. The 6-year-old gelding coming off a strong second in the Parramatta Cup behind Mustajir, probably going to be aimed at that Sydney Cup. He's 440 to 550 today for Chris Waller and Hugh Bowman. He ran some good sectionals there last start in the Parramatta Cup. He really hit the line hard. Fun fact is 9 into 7, some money for this gelding today. He was dominant, winning a couple of runs ago at Randwick over the 2000. Cinque has had support. He's 9 out to 13, back into 10, and has had support on the NOP as well, firming up a couple of points for Richard and Michael Friedman. And then you've got Maid of Ore, 12 out to $14. She was successful in the championships last year in a dominant display. She's put in 2 good runs this prep, so Plush 21 to 19. Getting close, here's Mitch for the Tab Canberra Cup.
4 to get ready. Thanks, Jace. So last handful getting set now. So Fun Fact moves up. Gern Baker and Tim Clark looking to do it again. They teamed up with 7 out before he went on his Group 1 Warpath and his next preparation. Tim Clark's won 3 out of the last 4 cups. He's on Fun Fact here. So Sir Plush about to come forward and complete the line. So set to run. Tab Canberra Cup and the Tab gates are now full. Wait for a red light. Just waiting for Primitivo to be right. Red lights. Gates are back and they're away. And Maid of Ore in the centre of the line bounced well with Mugged 2 and Think It Over. Great Glenn's going forward. Likewise, Fun Fact through the centre. And Sir Plush is looking for a spot out very wide. So Fun Fact will take the lead to the first turn from Maid of Ore. And Sir Plush continuing to press on. Think It Over settles 4th and then Great Glen. And there's Mugged 2, 6th at the mile crossing. 1 length away, Valentino Rossa. Eastender gets back. Then Cinque and 3 lengths away, Primitivo. Allowed to find his feet a clear last. Fun Fact. So Clark and Baker are going to try and do it all again. And the grey takes them to the back at the 1300. Leads by 2. The Stowaway tracks him second. Sir Plush. 1 length away, Maid of Ore third. Great Glen, the roughie, is 4th, passing the 1200. A length and a half away, Think It Over. Favourite Mugger 2. Midfield the rail. 3 parts of length, Valentino Rossa. Then Eastender. Cinque 2 lengths away, Primitivo is almost tacked on. At halfway, 1,000 to run. Fun Fact left alone, leads by 2.5 lengths to Sir Plush. Maid of Ore gets a good trip of the race third. A length and a half away to Great Glen. Mugger to the inside, so McAvoy will just need the runs to come when he wants. On its outsiders, think it over. Fun Fact's gone further in front in the lead. 3 lengths away, Valentino Rossa, Eastender trying to pick up under his big weight. Cinquedea second last, Primitivo is last. So Fun Fact before the bend at the 500. Leads by 3.5 lengths to Surplus. Made of all whacking away. Mugger 2's held up. Needs away clear. Then followed the
away.
Then Cinquedea to the outside. Then Eastender.
Here he comes.
Fun Fact at the 300. 3 clear. Made of all's running on. Here's Mugger 2. Mugger 2.
Go, you champion.
Now. Valentino Rossa working home. Then Cinquedea. Mugger 2 in the front from Fun Fact. And he got away the favourite. Mugger 2. 2 lengths clear from Fun Fact. Made of all. But a star is born.
Another winner.
So impressive. He won it by 3.
Nine.
Fun Fact second. 30 the Maid of all. Or on the outside. Think it over. Then Primitivo.
Fucking hell.
Next in was Great
Yeah,
Glen,
boxed in.
Surplus, Eastender, Valentino Rossa and Cinquedea.
Shit
Well,
in.
performance if we thought King of Legrance was dominant in winning the Tab Adelaide Cup. How about Mugger 2 winning the Tab Canberra Cup? He was bolting coming to the turn and just needed an out. Kerrin McAvoy was able to find a space for him and he's extended and won it very comfortably. Henry the Navigator will open the breeding for Chris Lees. And we might have another New Sydney Cup favourite after that performance. Fun Facts run a bold race in front for second. Main of all, a nice race third. Think it over fourth. 9, 7, 11 and 12 of the numbers. Mugger 2 wins impressively at Canberra in the Tab Canberra Cup. Is set to go at Horsham for the Trotters stand start.
280 on the tape for number 10, 250 fixed. For number 4, Show Me the Moolah. Tapes release and they're on their journey. And stepping away well is Keep the Dream. Keep the Dream leads out from Majestic Flash about 10 metres away. Getting through into third spot was Seize a Moment from Jaden Gill, the
Never
inside.
seen that before.
And then just easing back in behind them now into the first bend.
I had a stand start.
Standing start.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have all different types.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Haven't you?
Ah.
They have the tape. The trots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to the trots all the time once. Not anymore. They're too shonky, the trots.
None of good.
Not enough money.
Yeah.
There's too many fucking cheats and trots.
Yeah. And then with the dog, when they're about to go, the guy who pulls the tape at the building, I'm sure
Yeah.
to make sure that no one walks out
Yeah,
on the
keep
track.
away from them. Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, one more and over drink.
Yeah.
Morpherville, 5 minutes. Alright, I'll pick out some music. I want to get a sarsaparilla at the back of the fridge
Yeah.
when we get a drink.
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No, I haven't picked
Have a
it.
Pepsi, alright. I'm going to select some music.
Yeah.
Right, you go in if you want. Turn it on.
Oh. Come on, turn it on off.
See what's going on here. We've already done those ones, haven't we?
No, these ones we haven't, no. All the wings we have.
Try that one. Yes, sir. In excess, we haven't played that one yet. What's those two new ones? Doors. Kicks. Jump property. Dusty. I'll play that for a while. There's the Beatles. Robert Cray. I'll play that one tonight. Play that one tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Put it
About 2 minutes.
Speakers.
Yeah.
Do you want to read that tonight?
Yeah, if you want.
See if you work out how the speakers work. With those buttons on the left hand side for the speakers.
Yeah.
Morpheville. We've got number 6. Oh, look at the price of that. Jesus. For a dog.
Oh.
Beauty. They picked Beauty.
Oh, a fair bit.
Number 6. Beauty. Can it win that race? Of course it can.
Race here over 1200, set weight and penalty affair. Free of Debt is the favourite way here. 330 opening quote today. Got out to as much as 380, back into 330. Runner up to Super Seth 2 runs ago in the Manfred. And despite failing last up in the Oakley Plate, it's a big drop in grade. 6 Beauty for Team McAvoy is $4.20 out to $5. The last up more for winner. 4 Runson, the horse that beat home the other day, 7 out to 8. And then it's 1 Hard Empire, 9 to $8.50. And best of the rest is 8 Birdie, who's 8 out to $10. Red split for 6 Beauty on top as we get close to start time, about half a minute or so until we are on start time. Looking at the SOP. Favourite way, Free of Debt, 380 into 310. Very heavily supported here for Chris Beeg and John McNeil. Second favourite, Beauty, 380 out to 480, did touch $5. Runson is 750, it's out half a point. Hard Empire out a half a point, 850. Some Money Fleet Review, 12 out to 14, back into $10. Let's join Brett for the Matrice Stakes.
Stakes. Favourite on tab fixed 7, Free of Debt at 320. 6 Beauty $5, 4 Run Sun $7, 1 Hard Empire at $8.50. $10 for Amber D and Queen Annabelle. $12 Casabilly. $13 Fleet Review. Now runners are moving in for a start. Race 8, the Terry Howell Printing Matrice Stakes. 1200 metres. Now Casabilly to come forward, Run Sun still out along with Free of Debt. So race 8 of the day, Free of Debt to come forward along with Run Sun. And we're close to a start. Run Sun moving in. $3.10 about Free of Debt, who's just a marginal favourite for the Matrice Stakes. Stand by, 1200 metres. They're all loaded. Lights about to be switched on. Race 8 here at Morfordville in the tab gates. They're ready. Stand by for a start. Gates crash back and they're off and racing. And Free of Debt jumped nicely, but so too did Run Sun. Run Sun leads and leads on his ear. Beauty's charging through. Casabilly, wider out on the track going forward is Fleet Review. Free of Debt's caught right off the track at the moment. Queen Annabelle's wedged between horses. Then down on the road we've got Amber D from Hard Empire. Settling last is Arkham Knight. And Beautiful Flyers 5 deep midfield, running inside the 500 metres. And it's Run Sun the leader by over a length. Casabilly, Beauty, Free of Debt, Starting to lose ground now was Fleet Review. Wider out then as they come to the corner is Queen Annabelle. Well back is Hard Empire under the stick. The leader cornered in with a big break. Run Sun, 2 lengths clear. Beauty's trying to reel it in, but Run Sun kept going from Beauty. Amber D winding up. Then came Beautiful Flyer. Further out on the track is Arkham Knight. Run Sun starting to tire. Amber D and Beautiful Flyer. Amber D, Beautiful Flyer. They're driving to Run Sun all the way. Run Sun from Amber D and Beautiful Flyer. Hard Empire's 4th. And then Beauty followed by Annabelle. Queen Annabelle, and then further back to Fleet Review. Casabilly weakened out. Gee, Free of Debt's caught on at long last.
4-8-10-1 Run Sun, John Allen.
Alright, let's get a drink.
Alright.